Hello, beauty. It's Lindsay Landry, intuitive spiritual mentor for healers and soul centered women who are ready to open their hearts, embrace their power, and create deeper intimacy in their lives, their relationship, and their business. I'm excited to be here with you today, and what we're going to be doing is I want to guide you through an energy experience of letting go. So we are at a time of deep transformation and change right now as individuals and also as a collective. And when we are in the midst of that much change, right, we can't move forward or expect the outside world to change unless we are changing internally. And if we don't change, right, if we aren't willing to change within ourselves, what happens is we continue to create the same reality for ourselves. And, we're at this tension point right now as a collective where, there's denial, there's frustration and anger, there's blaming, there's shaming, there's all of this denial and resistance, right? And if you're an empath like me, you can feel the intensity of all of that. And the times are not going to change anytime soon. We are in the midst of this deep transformation. It is not a sprint. It's not going to happen super quickly. This is going to be a process, a healing process. And, to learn how to be in that, we have to learn how to adapt and change and open to ourselves, to who we really are, right? Shedding and letting go of the illusions of who we have thought we were. And this can be uncomfortable and it can be painful sometimes. It can be shattering, to our ego. And even in the discomfort, there's so much grace available to us. And, the more willing we are to open, the more willing we are to let go, the more we can begin to also open to the grace and open to the love and open to this new energy that is desiring to move through us. And so in this energy experience, I will be guiding you through a meditation, inviting you to have an experience within yourself of this process, of this letting go and opening to the new energy that's desiring to move through you. So I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. You can pause the video if you need to. And invite you just to start by putting one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Taking a few deep breaths, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can make a sound if you feel called to, or if you feel like your body needs to. Let yourself express where you are and what you're feeling in this moment. And as you begin to settle in, I invite you to begin to notice where you're sitting. So for me, I'm on the sofa, so I will start to notice the sofa and notice yourself being supported by where you're sitting or you're laying. So without having to do anything, just by being here, you're being supported, you're being held. And just see if you can breathe into that and just surrender to it a little bit more. Feeling the safety, the support of where you are right here in this moment. And I also invite you just to notice your breath. Yesterday I was talking to one of my mentors and she reminded me, she said, my breath is my beloved. It's my higher self. It's my spirit. So each breath, we can breathe intentionally, connecting to the part of us that is us. That we breathe, but it also breathes life into us. Beautiful. And as you are breathing and settling in, I invite you to begin to notice if there's any places in your body that may feel tense or may feel like they're resisting. I've personally been feeling the back of my heart. Yeah, so I invite you to move closer to those places. Noticing what you're feeling there. Notice the quality of the sensation. Does it feel hot? Does it feel heavy? Is there movement? Does it feel frozen? Just notice. Yeah, and as you're breathing, you can intentionally send some breath there, some life. And rather than trying to change it, because sometimes, when we're approaching ourselves, approaching our healing, we go towards these places and we want to change them or open them, right? See if you could actually feel it. So if you were sitting on the floor with a child and you were going to imagine feeling or experiencing what that child was feeling, right? See if you can do this for yourself, with this place. Using your breath. And if you notice yourself wanting to flee or kind of feel anxious or having a hard time arriving, connect back to letting the place where you're being, right? You're sitting or laying. Let it hold you, support you. Feel yourself being held. and I wanted to invite you to get curious. What are you holding on to here? Is there a belief, a story, an idea? Maybe it's a fear or a person, you know. Sometimes we can hold on to our children or to the people that we love or even our business, right? Like we can hold on to feeling like we have to hold it together. Like if we let go, if we felt, right, whatever's here, it could be, who knows, right? It could feel like death. It could feel like somebody's going to leave. We're going to end up alone. So just notice what's here. What's here for you? And there might be multiple strings, multiple strings that are attached to different things. So just notice. Letting it be okay. Yeah, I was doing this for myself this morning, and what I was seeing is that my little girl, the part of me that was gripping and passionately holding on, to these threads in my relationship and threads in my business. What I was noticing is she really sincerely thought, like, this is how you love, right? When we are born, we have this pure essence of who we are. And, we're born into noise. We're born into humanness. And in that humanness, we have to learn how to survive, right? And part of that survival is we take on energy that's around us, thinking that we need to be something or do something or hold something or show up a certain way. And if we do that, we will be lovable. Or if we do that, then the people around us, maybe they will feel how loved they are. And so we have all of these distortions, right? That the essence, our purity, the pureness of our hearts, the pureness of who we really, really are as a soul, it gets caught up in all of this illusion. And I could see where my little girl, she was passionately holding on, thinking that this is how you love, right? If I love someone, I'm going to hold on for dear life. And what I could see is there's a new way to love, right? She just doesn't know the other way. And in that unknown, in the uncertainty of the unknown, it feels really scary. Of course, it feels scary. And so I want to invite you into the exploration that I invited her into. So I want to just take a few more breaths to let you find this place within yourself. And as you do, Just noticing those threads. The threads that are tangled, the threads that are feeling sticky. And feel yourself. How are you holding on to them? Are you gripping for dear life? Does it feel tangled around you? Does it feel like it's sticking to you? Just notice. And then see if your little one or the part of you that's holding on to these places or feeling like a victim to them, see if that part of you would be willing to try something new. Just temporarily, momentarily. So this isn't permanent. It's like trying on a shoe. So just see. You can also see if there's any safety your system needs. So is there any safety that this part of you needs, to be willing to just try on this shoe? Does it need an angel? Does it need a crystal? Does it need to go to a specific place? Just see. Good. So what we'll do is just experiment. So if you could let go of these threads, or just pick one thread to start. So if you could let go of this thread just for 10 seconds and just see what it would even feel like to let go of it. And if you don't like it, you can pick it back up. And if it feels good, you can breathe into it a little longer. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and try. And notice how that feels in your body. From this space, you can see what you notice. Hmm. Hmm. And then you can ask your little one, if she needs to pick the thread back up. And there's no right or wrong here. When I did this morning, my little one actually wanted to pick the thread back up. So I said, okay, let's feel the contrast, right? We felt what it felt like to let go. Let's feel again, just to make sure, right? Just to make sure that we really want to let it go, what it feels like to be holding it. Yeah. Yeah, and from this space of letting go of that thread, check in with yourself and just see, like, what is it that you really desire? What is it that your little one is really wanting? How can we meet her in a new way? Hmm. So I invite you to continue to play here. And, if you had more than one thread, you can practice this with different threads. And, if it felt really sticky or if it felt a little challenging to let go, you may want to practice this for a few days, you know. Maybe make this your practice for this week each morning. Practice letting go. Expand your capacity, right? To be in that feeling of the letting go. So when we are expanding our capacity or building a new muscle, sometimes we can be in that for, say, the first time, maybe it's 10 seconds, right? And that's like, it's like, and then you contract back to needing to grab the string, right? And then you expand your capacity, like, oh, cool, I can do that for an hour, right? On my walk, I'm able to fully let go and surrender and, like, be in my own space, my own energy. And then when I finish, then I notice the stickiness returns, right? And so let this be a practice, not a destination. Let it be a practice, and I invite you to expand your capacity to let go and to be with this. And, as you do notice the miracles, the magic, the grace that is available for you. And if you feel inspired and you desire to connect, I invite you to join us in the Rise Together Facebook community. Share what's moving through for you. Share what's coming forward for you. Share what you're noticing. I would absolutely love to connect with you there. So I'm sending you so much love and grace as we navigate these times and expand into the new.